But we're gonna get into these topics now. So the first one, like I said, we got some like DC stuff, some Marvel stuff to talk about. So we're gonna jump into this DC stuff first. It's kind of you could say the biggest of the news in a lot of ways, but really, I don't know. We'll get into it here. The first little tidbit here we're gonna talk about is DC Fandome is coming back, and we're gonna kind of go through some things. What we can expect from there, what we'd like to see, and I was gonna make a whole list of like what we can expect, and then I found Screen Rant kind of already posted something like very similar to what I was gonna make. So I'm gonna use little Andy Beck Beck. I can't. What is this name?
I don't know. I was
Bebecott?
thinking that too.
Bebcott?
Bebecott.
Bebecott? I'm gonna use his little article here though, because he's got everything that I was gonna do pretty much on it already. So DC Fandome is coming back. It's coming back in October. What day is it coming back? Do you remember off the top of your head, John? It's like the 16th, I think.
Yeah, it's the middle of the month.
Either way. But there's some stuff here that I'm looking forward to seeing more so than anything. Because at this point in time, as you see just from this picture here, Black Adam's filming now. So that's probably surprisingly, when they did DC Fandome last year, the Black Adam stuff was actually the stuff that got me most excited, in all honesty. Even despite the Batman trailer that played at the end, which was a great little trailer. Like, I'm super excited to see that movie as well. But we knew nothing about Black Adam, like what they were going to do with it. We just knew The Rock was attached to it, and that was it. But they're going to be bringing the JSA in, more importantly, Dr. Fate in. And we got Pierce Brosnan playing Dr. Fate. So, like, I'm super stoked for that. So, like, they're filming Black Adam now. So, we're going to more than likely have at least some footage, or at least pictures, I guess. And then hopefully some footage. Maybe they could cobble together a trailer in the vein of like what the Batman did, because if you remember, they said that they had only filmed about 25% of the Batman movie at the time they made that trailer, and they were still able to put together a pretty damn good trailer. So I have high hopes to see some stuff from Black Adam. And then we also, obviously at this time, they're pretty much done with production on the Batman, so we're going to get another Batman trailer. So that's going to be exciting. Hopefully, the one thing I would say about Fandome that they kind of like could have used some improvement on, because the event overall I thought was really good. They had some really good stuff in there. I would like to see some more panels, some actual true panels. So they had a couple like pre-recorded things, like with the Wonder Woman 84 cast. It's like some stuff there, and it was fine. But I'd like to see a more true panel. Like if they could get everybody, like all the main cast of some of these films in a room, go somewhere where they can actually get fans in a room together, like a Hall H kind of thing, and do a true panel. I'd like to see some of that. So hopefully they can get something like that together for at least some things. That would be good. But we got the Batman, we got Black Adam, like I said. Just like Black Adam, The Flash has finally started filming as well. So hopefully we'll have some good stuff about that. It's going to be, both of them kind of just started, but like I said, this is in October, so this gives them like a solid 4 months of filming. Most movies, honestly, they normally shoot in about 6 months anyway. So they should, more than likely, I would be willing to bet that we're going to have some footage from both The Flash and Black Adam at this point. Then we got some Aquaman 2 stuff that could more than likely potentially be done. We've had Jason Momoa and Amber Heard posting some stuff about it to begin with, so I'm sure we'll have some more details about that. Then Shazam 2, we'll definitely have some new news about that, because they gave us the title last year. So hopefully, I can't remember if this is in production yet, Fury of the Gods, but we've had some recent announcements with like Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu are playing like the villains in the film. They're playing like sisters, Hespera and Calypso. So I'm sure we'll have some more stuff about that. And then there's some animated stuff, and then Arrowverse stuff potentially, which I've kind of lost interest in. But I'll tell you what, the Superman show, which is kind of disconnected from the Arrowverse, I've been pleasantly surprised with. So it's actually a pretty damn good show. So I'd like to see maybe some announcements about that. Peacemaker spin-off from James Gunn's Suicide Squad coming up. So we'll probably, when Suicide Squad come out? Doesn't that come out?
It comes in August. It'll be out already.
Yeah, so we'll have that, would have been out already. the follow-up or continuation of Young Justice, we'll probably get some stuff about that. Those are pretty much the big ones, and then they add on, like, hopefully a 20th anniversary reunion panel for Smallville, which that would be pretty cool too. So, guys, of all the stuff I just broke down here, like, what are you looking forward to? Anything stand out to you that we're probably gonna get? Let's go with Rick here. What is there anything that has you excited in this upcoming DC slate?
I would say the Batman probably more than anything, just because the trailer was so good. And like you said, to me, it's kind of crazy that, with it only being 25% shot at the time, that they were able to cobble together such a good trailer. I mean, that really gives me high hopes and anticipation. Like it builds my anticipation for the movie. But Black Adam, only because it's been talked about for so long, you know. We'll see if that's good or not. I'm not the biggest Dwayne the Rock Johnson fan, but that doesn't mean it won't be a good movie.
Heresy.
But yeah, I mean, I think the Batman's probably the one thing I'm more excited for than anything. I really want to see how this Riddler character turns out. You know what I mean? Like he's so mysterious in the trailer, and you hear his voice and all that. But like, I don't know. It's like remember back in the day when you and I like when the Dark Knight was getting ready to come out. We were just hyped on it, like the Joker, all that sort of stuff. It's sort of that same sort of thing for me. Like, and I'm not
Yeah.
even the biggest Batman fan, but I just think they really did good with the trailer, and I got high hopes.
Dude, speaking of, funny you brought up the Dark Knight and stuff, 'cause I just remembered that I actually had a dream. This is no joke. I think it was just this overnight here, but I had a dream, and I woke up in the dream and remembered the dream. So this was like Inception. It was like a dream within a dream, but it was about Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale making another Batman movie, and Bane was, like, back, but he was actually, like, Bane, like, they brought Tom Hardy back to play Bane, but he was, like, Bane, like, big old Bane.
Yeah,
I don't know why I had and this is literally like I was sleeping in the dream, and I woke up from that dream and thought it was cool. Like, I was like, "Man, I actually am kinda like, I didn't really care about them ever doing more, Christian Bale Batman, but, like, this actually looks pretty cool. Like, this looks good." Like,
it's a
I
very
don't know.
specific thing to dream about.
It was. It was, like, it's honestly, like, kinda weird that I just remembered it like it was yesterday. It's
Well, I
super
remember
weird.
back in the day we were working at washing dishes back in high school, and you got like the text or call from your aunt that Heath Ledger had passed away, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
That was not a good time.
yeah.
That sucked. But John, what from this DC Fandom event are you looking forward to announcement wise? What do you hope to see? Did you like the event last year? Where are you at with it?
Yeah, I love the event last year. Like, I have the wrong shirt on. I actually bought one of the shirts that's branded. I usually don't buy like convention branded shirts just because I'm like, yeah, whatever. But they had a cool convention shirt from it, or whatever virtual convention. Um, but yeah, I love the event. I thought it was great. I mean, and then obviously we've talked about it. We talked about it on our show if people want to go back and see it from all those many months back. But they ended it the right way. They ended it with a bang. The Batman trailer being released, which was amazing. Um, but as far as the upcoming one, I mean, obviously I'll watch it and I'll be excited to see the new Batman stuff. There's a part of me that's like, I'm so like, you've got me. You hyped me up with that trailer. Like they had me anyway, but like you gave me the tease I wanted with that last trailer. Like I'm not sure I really need to see anything. Like I feel like that movie might need to be seen without any more knowledge of it. Which isn't going to happen. It's unrealistic. That's not the way movies are marketed. So it's fine. It is what it is. To be honest, what I'm most looking forward to are the things that we just don't know about yet. I mean, I'm going to butcher his last name, but Kevin something something that's the head of DC now.
Well, Kevin Sujihara was the old one, but now it's Walter Amada.
I'm sorry, Walter Amada. That's right. I wasn't updated. Walter Amada. He talked about having 3 to 4 DC movies every year, maybe even 5 every year, but then also, another 4 or 5 HBO Max series and movies possibly in production. So I mean, we were looking at like close to maybe even, I mean, at the high end, close to a new DC thing every month, if not a new DC thing every couple months. And so I'm really curious if that plan is gonna hold and if we're gonna get like a nice kind of deluge of information on projects we just have no idea about. Maybe some HBO Max series, you know, stuff like that that we just don't have anything. I think that's what I'm most anticipating for is the stuff that we can't even, guess at now. Um, but definitely a Shazam trailer, a Black Adam trailer would be amazing. Um, so we'll see. But they gotta save. That's one of the things about these companies is that as much as it makes sense, it would make sense for them to drop a Shazam trailer. Oh, did it happen again? Oh my goodness. As much as it would make sense for them to drop a Black Adam trailer and then drop a Shazam trailer and drop a Batman trailer and a Green Lantern. They like to have people talking about their their products. I'm gonna call them products, their movies and shows at other points in the year. So they won't drop everything all at once. It just doesn't make they'll control the news cycle no matter what they drop. So I don't think they'll drop everything at once. So I'm curious how they'll piecemeal that out too.
Well, yeah, and like you were saying, with the whole, 5 projects a year thing, in 2022 alone, we're gonna have Black Adam, the Batman, Aquaman 2, Super Pets, and The Flash. So that's 5 things DC related that are all dropping next year. But this year we only really have Suicide Squad. That's pretty much all we have. But then there's like a couple other things that uh Screen Rant didn't have on like their list that we'll probably get some more information on too because they just recently announced the Blue Beetle movie that's being developed, and
That's all
then
right.
Static Shock with like Michael B. Jordan producing like that might be like one of those HBO Max releases, the Static Shock thing, like because there's still very little information on both those two things. So I'm sure we'll definitely have more details about that because they even had like the Static Shock little panel for the comic company itself who actually makes them. I forget who it was, but they were talking about like they're back now in general. And Static was going to be, they're developing a movie for it. So
Oh, Milestone, the imprint.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll
Um,
get more of that.
if I have to put money on it, my bet for the trailer, like, because I honestly don't think we'll get trailers for everything. I think they may drop a Black Adam trailer in August with Suicide Squad, depending on how far along they are. Um, I don't know what I guess I need to see those release dates and see what's coming next. But if I had to guess, my money would be on that we get a Flash trailer. And that in that Flash trailer, you have a shot of Michael Keaton's Batman as well as um Ben Affleck and possibly Christian Bale if they get him to come back for a cameo in it too.
I'll do you
Um,
one better. I'll do
just
you one better
just
than a
because of the
trailer.
pure hype that would come up for that.
A panel with the Batmans on it is what I'd rather see. I want to see Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton
Yeah.
there talking about it with Andy Muschietti and Ezra Miller, just talking about it. Like I'd
Yeah.
like to see that. Like maybe even have a surprise. If they can get Christian Bale back, do the reveal on that panel, and then like if they're gonna bring Jeffrey Dean Morgan back to play Thomas Wayne, do the reveal on that panel. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
pretty
that'd be
cool.
cool.
So I'm down with that. But it looks
That
like
that's
Batman's the first one we're gonna get in 2022, then Black Adam.
yeah. So see, I think Black Adam's not even till July though. So
Oh no,
if
yeah,
if
Black
they
Adam, yeah.
if they drop a trailer with Suicide Squad for Black Adam, it's still a year out. That might be a little early for a trailer. I don't know. Although, we got the Batman trailer and that's gonna
Yeah.
be over a year and a half out. So who knows?
Well, I mean, that makes sense though, because they were doing it on the Fandome event, to bring
Sure.
so it would make sense for them either way. Like I could see them doing the Black Adam trailer for Suicide Squad, but I could also see them just waiting the month or so to do it on the Fandome day instead,
Yeah.
like just to bring more hype to Fandome itself. So who
Honestly,
knows?
as excited as I am about all the movie stuff too, I'm super excited about Young Justice. I really hope that Young Justice gets some play at Fandom and that we get at least a date of when it's coming back because that's the series that always lives up to the quality no matter what. Like or the expectations. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we will too. So, but guys, the question is, are you excited for DC Fandome? Did you like the event last year? Is there some stuff that you're hoping to see? Kind of like I mainly just want to see some panels, some actual panels. Live panels would be better, but even if they had to pre-record them, just get them in a room with an actual audience at the very least, so it's more of a just a true panel. You know what I mean? Like that was the one thing I think they were missing out on with like the whole event, because everything else they did was like really cool. Like all the when they went through and did the whole thing with like all the Batmans from around the world, like the animated voices for Batman, that was cool. If they do some more stuff like that, that's fine. I really liked when Walter Amada was on there talking about like what his vision is for DC at this point. So like I'd like more of that. Then obviously we'll get trailers and stuff like that. That's a given. So in the end, I'd like to see some of those little additions there, and then I think I hope they continue to do the event. So, but let us know what you think about this new DC Fandome upcoming here in October down in the comment section below.